Easy weeknight skillet lasagna. This easy weeknight skillet lasagna comes together in just 30 minutes. This is a great option when you don't have a lot of time or energy. So lasagna is a very involved process, and it is amazing when you take the time to really develop flavors, make the fresh pasta, all that good stuff. But we need something quick and easy too. So I like to make it this way when I don't have a lot of time, but I still want the big flavor. So we're going to start by dicing up a small onion, and we want to do a small dice. Moving on to our garlic, we want a couple of cloves of garlic. I like to go anywhere from 4 to 6, but I love garlic. And we're just gonna slice this really thin. I have a few rinsed basil leaves. I'm gonna show you how to chiffonade. So we take the leaves and we stack them, and then we roll them by length into a cute little cigar shape. Take your knife, go back and forth without raising the knife from the cutting board. And then we have chiffonade basil. We're going to use some of this in our ricotta mixture, and then we're gonna sprinkle some on the end to garnish. For our ricotta mixture, we're just taking some whole milk ricotta. I'm using about half of a 15-ounce container, and then I'm gonna sprinkle in some Parmesan cheese. You can do as much as you like, but I think I'm gonna go with about 3 tablespoons worth. Do a little pinch of salt, some black pepper. We're gonna do some of our chiffonade basil in here, and we're gonna mix this until it's combined. We're also going to need about 8 ounces of mozzarella, and we're just gonna grate this by hand. I like to use fresh cheeses instead of pre-shredded cheeses because pre-shredded cheeses are covered with cellulose and other anti-caking agents, and it just doesn't make the cheese melt as well as a regular block cheese would. For our lasagna noodles, you want to break them into pieces, so they'll be about 1 inch to 2 inch pieces. This is going to help them cook quickly in the sauce and make this a 30-minute meal. So those are our lasagna noodles all broken up. Now this recipe calls for jarred sauce. You can use any sauce you like, but you might have to doctor it up more. My favorite is Rao's. They're just amazing. You don't have to do much to it. It's a little more expensive, but it's definitely worth it. And once you try this, you're not going to want to turn back to any other brand of pasta sauce. So let's get started. We're starting off in a 12-inch cast iron skillet, and we're heating up some olive oil over medium heat. We want to saute our diced onions for about 5 minutes until they become translucent. Add in your garlic and saute that for about a minute or until it becomes fragrant. Add your ground beef into the onions and start to break it up with a rubber spatula or whatever utensil you're using. You want to salt the beef and cook it about 80% of the way through. Once the beef is about 80% done, you can add in your Italian seasoning and your red pepper flakes. Add in the balsamic vinegar and let that cook down for about 2 minutes. Then add in your jarred pasta sauce. You want about 24 ounces of pasta sauce. Stir to combine and add an additional cup of water into the mix. The pasta is going to slowly cook in this liquid, so you want to make sure that there is enough. Add in the lasagna noodles that we broke up earlier and make sure each piece is submerged in some of the liquid. At this point, we want to cover our noodles and lower the flame to a low heat. We want to cook the noodles until they're al dente, and this should take about 20 to 25 minutes. Stir the noodles occasionally so they don't stick to the bottom of your cast iron skillet, and if you feel like you need to add more water for the noodles to cook, feel free to do so. Add only a half a cup at a time to be safe. Once the noodles are finished cooking, sprinkle in half of your mozzarella cheese that you have and mix it in so that it's all combined. It's going to become gooey and delicious. I did this step a little backwards here, but you want to place dollops of the ricotta mixture onto the top of your lasagna and then sprinkle the reserved cheese on top of that. Then we're going to cover the skillet and let that cheese melt down a little bit. And once it's melted, you want to place it under the broiler for a few minutes so that the cheese can get nice and brown. Garnish with your leftover basil that we chiffonaded earlier, and you're ready to serve. This dish is so easy, so cheesy, so good, and your family will love it. You'll love it. It's the joy of a quick and easy lasagna in a fraction of the time it would take to make from scratch. So here we have it, our skillet lasagna. It didn't take a lot of time to make at all. It's perfect for weeknights. Everybody will love it. And I'm gonna have me a piece. It's so good. That Rayo sauce really sets it off. So you don't have to spend time making a pasta sauce from scratch if you're in a hurry. And this comes together so quickly. If you enjoyed this recipe, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. I have a ton more recipes on my website, thedailyspecial.com. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.